Spirit Cars, we take a have it your way approach to the Model A. We do a lot of different versions of the Model A. We do the bodies, we do a sedan, we do a coupe, we do a roadster, but we do the chassis also. So I've got a couple versions of Model A chassis here I thought I'd show you as a product preview. This is a Model A frame that's a stock but not stock. Model A is a really cool car, but if you try to take an old original Model A to highway speeds and drive it around, it may be fun for a little bit, but it's not a go around the country kind of car. So we've really sturdied up the frame. You don't have to box it or nothing. This is a frame that's been built on a jig. This one here, particular one, we believe in America was great, America is great, and America will continue to be great. So we use as much American parts as we can. We've got a Super Bell I-beam axle on this one. We've got disc brakes in the front. This one has radius rods in the front. We use a Vega master cylinder with a cross steer setup. You got power brakes, brake booster. This one here has a new 9-inch rear end. We've used a triangulated 4-link setup. This one happens to be chrome, but we can do ladder bars or just a standard 4-link, or as you can see on this one, we've got radius rods. Now this particular car is going to be a sedan, and we'll put the body on it here in a minute and show you what it looks like. But the customer wanted to have a gas tank in the back, so we've used a 32 gas tank and kind of modified, and this bracket would not come on the stock Model A frame. It would end right up here. We also do a version, we call it our A-Rod series. And what it is, it's a channel, 3-inch channel Model A, but we put it on our 27 frame. And we use a spring behind front end, and the floor channels, you don't run fenders with it. It sits a little lower. It's I hate to say cheaper version. It's a more inexpensive than going this direction, but it still gives you a really cool looking car. With the stock Model A frame, you can do fenders, you can do whatever you want. You can take an original body and set right on top of here. Now with our 27 A-Rod version, it's a little different. You've really got to use our floor, and or if you took a stock car, you'd have to modify it some. This particular one has got a spring over front end. Again, it's Spirit. We say have it your way. So the customer wanted to spring over. He actually had a nice Super Bell axle, so we used his parts here and created that. This will have some horns on it, and this one here happens to be set up for a Chevy, small block with a 350. And we don't have our foam block set up in this one over here, but this one is set up for a Ford with a C4, I believe. So you have different choices on motors, and we can do it a lot of different ways. So why don't we go ahead and set up the bodies on here, and you can kind of get an idea of what they look like with a body on it. Well, we didn't even use time lapse. We just used magic. Boom, the body's on. So this is the same chassis here. And we've got a sedan body on this one. This one happens to be a 3031 sedan, 2829. It's the same either way. The difference, you can see this body here sits on top. The Model A has a flat floor. So if you're running your fenders go on top of the frame. You've got a panel that comes down, and your running boards will run underneath if you do want to run fenders on this car. This one's got a visor, of course. This one's going to be a Model A coupe. And now this is the one I was telling you that's sitting on the, we call it A-Rod. It's on a 27 frame. You can see we haven't set the body down, but there's going to be a 3-inch channel right here, and the body will sit down on it. This car will run fenderless, but it's a little lower, a little more hot roddy as far as the appearance of it. And the 27 frame isn't quite as expensive as the Model A frame. But bottom line is, we can do it however you want. We can put the body however you want on it. This one comes without a visor. They come with visors. We can do it every which way. This one here is sitting a little unlevel, but that's only because we threw tires on it. It's getting ready to go home, and we just grabbed whatever we could find. So it's got a small tire on that side, but this one's ready to go to its new home, get finished out.